Hi guys, Wayne's Butler here. This is just going to be a quick video here that I threw together for this Man of Steel base. Well, what you see is kind of what you get here. It's obviously the scene where he comes out of the doors for the very first time on the ship. Now, I had a hell of a time trying to find this backdrop because I was originally going to build this out of foam. That was kind of what was in the back of my mind, but when I talked about in my Durell review as far as room, where was I going to put it when it was done, so I had to think of something that was a little bit more compact. So my backup plan for building dioramas, especially for backdrops, is just, you know, a standard picture, but impossible to find a screenshot anywhere of this picture anywhere on YouTube or Google, anywhere. So I had to kind of take the back door approach. I don't recommend actually doing this, but I thought for the size that I was going to be utilizing here, I actually took it off my TV. I ran the film, and it took me a bit to actually pause it a fraction of a second before this door pops open, because that's you know, my only option. So I used my camera, basically took a picture of my TV on this scene, and quality's not too bad. My flat screen's a decent quality, and Blu-ray, you know what I mean, so it's not going to be too bad. And I downloaded it into my photo gallery, where I cropped it to 18 by 12, because I have to kind of work around what Walmart provides. And I cropped it down to 17 by 11 is actually the size of it. It's small, you know what I mean. It would have been better to, you know, get a bigger picture of that whole back thing, but like I said, I had to work around this showcase. And basically, I ship it off to Walmart, picked it up, brought it home, took an inch off all the way around, mounted it on 1/4 inch foam core. Make sure you use photo-safe, acid-free adhesive. Glued it on, stuck it onto the back of the showcase. It's permanently attached, so unfortunately, a lot of this video is going to be some glare coming off this case. I've been playing around here with lighting, trying to kind of reduce that, but like I just said, the backdrop's actually part of the case, so unfortunately what you see here is the way it's going to be shown. So that's the backdrop. I'm going to be giving you close-ups here, talk about it a bit more, but as far as the base, these are, you know, ideas that you guys can do. It's very easy to do. For the base, I use a 1/2 inch piece of foam core. You could use a piece of wood if you wanted to, but if you're going to use wood, make sure you really paint it really well, because you're going to be working with a bit of moisture here. Anyways, use the foam core, and then I started with, again, if you guys want to do some sort of a snow effect on the cheap, the best way to do it is, you know, to make your base and to use wall spackle. That way you can work it, you know, create a little bit of texture and stuff, and mounds. That he doesn't walk on snow, he's actually walking on, it looks like an ice pack or a glacier or something, because I don't think he came with super snowshoes. So the way he was, so I had to try and recreate ice, so I didn't want to create, you know, big drifts and stuff. So anyways, like I say, you use your wall spackle, and for the snow effect you can use baking soda, flour, something like that. Now if you're going to use that sort of stuff, you're going to have to paint it after, because that stuff will yellow after a while. And just sprinkle it on. You could either sprinkle it on the wall spackle when it's dry or when it's wet, or you could wait for it to dry, and then you could spray it down with some watered down white glue, and then spray the watered down white glue on after the baking powder is on. That's how to do it on the cheap. For me, I happen to have a bunch of the Woodland Scenic Snow Effect left over from my Michelle Pfeiffer diorama, so I was lucky enough to use that. And so how I did it, I used the Woodland Scenic Flex Paste to create the, you know, a little bit of the waviness or the texture in the base, and then I sprinkled on some of that snow effect. Wait for that to dry. This is kind of what I've been doing the last 3 days, is waiting for things to dry. And then you spray on some, well, what I actually did, I took some of the Flex Paste and watered it down and put it in a spray bottle. For you guys out there, you could take some white glue, water it down, put it in a spray bottle, and just spray it all over the, you know, the baking powder, or in my case, the snow. It adheres everything to it. And then you can paint it. I would actually recommend painting it, because again, it will prevent it from yellowing. You're not going to be painting the crap out of it. You're not going to be putting multiple coats on. You just basically just want to create a white sealed texture. So once I got the texture done, I sprayed it down with white spray paint, And because it's on ice, you don't want pure white, you want a bit of blue in there. You can see a bit of blue in the backdrop, because when you look at ice, it does have, you know, when you look at pure ice or an ice or a glacier, it does have textures of blue in it. So that brings the ice effect more to life than just snow. I mean, snow by itself would look just as good, but like I said, I wanted to blend in with that backdrop, because you can see a bit of blue ice effect in that backdrop. So as far as the ice effect, like I said, I sprayed it all down with white spray paint, but then I used metallic ice blue paint like in a spray bomb, and I just kind of dusted it. Now it's important to use the metallic ice blue because it has metal flake in it, and what it does is it puts a bit of metal flake in the white, and not going to see it here on the video, but under certain lighting it actually glistens, you know, the way a snowpack would. And that's something I know quite a bit about, is snow, living up here in Canada. But anyways, so that's that. Try and give you some close-ups here, just to see how it turns out. I did make a practice run here, and thankfully with this new camera, if I can get it out of here, you're going to get the optimum video quality. So you can see the, you know, you can see the texture, and you can see the, you know, the hint of blue. As soon as you add that blue, it goes from snow to ice. Like I said, guys, this is video quality is going to be the best I can get under the lighting conditions. Well, what I like about this camera, you can hold on to it better, so it doesn't look like I'm shaking too much. So anyways, that's the backdrop that I just explained. Yeah, there's a Superman looking all badass and shit. Funny thing about this cape too, we've had a discussion there in the hangout last week. Actually, if you see pictures, I know some of you guys have seen this actual suit up close in a, you know, some of these comic shows, and the cape is a brighter red than the boots. The boots are clearly a darker red than the cape, and actually if you look at some scenes in the movie, that does play out. Although, like I said, when you see the suit in real life, it's actually, with cape in particular, is actually a different color than what you see in the movie. Even though, like I said, in this Man of Steel review, the cape is, in a lot of scenes, CGI. So that's the trivia on that. Let's see if we can get up close here. I mean, this is an awesome figure. You know, you can't go wrong. Yes, I still have the relaxed hands on there. I know a lot of you guys like the fist, and I'll probably put the fist on it, but I can show you lots of scenes in the movie where his hands are like that. But it's a personal taste, you know what I mean? That's why the Hot Toys gives us extra hands and stuff, so we can all explore our own creativity. Closer shot of the base. So yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. Really happy with how it turned out. A week ago, like I said, I wasn't even going to do anything for this figure. It was just like, you know. But after you're with it for a while, and it's like, God, it's got to do something, man. I got to do something. So this is a quickie little dial. There's no lighting in it, obviously, because this is an expensive acrylic case. I didn't want to start hacking it up with lighting. But what I might do, actually, I'm just looking up here right now, I might actually put a light up underneath that shelf, because I think the Man of Steel this will probably be his home. I'm going to try and do something with this room, and as you guys can see, a lot of this, you know, this room is my model railway scale building room. And it, you know, it doesn't scream Man of Steel. But I'm going to change that. Anyways, guys, let's see if I can get another angle here. I don't want to shine in that light there. I actually like the cape on this. I got the Tony Mai cape, and I'm really looking forward to getting that, because I love the texture of it and stuff. But if you guys have this Hot Toys cape, there's nothing wrong with it. You just got to fuss with it a little bit to get it to hang kind of naturally instead of sticking all out. But anyways, guys, like I said, just going to be a quickie. And I think that's about it. Well, I look forward to maybe talking to some of you guys this Saturday on Rhino's Hangout. I'm not sure when I'll be there. I might be there early, but I'll be there or be square. So look forward to talking to everybody. Anyways, Wings Butler signing off. Peace and love to all.